888 Tora-Reader going live. All right, guys, we're on. We're waiting for people right now. Usually, guys, I come on, I do readings. Right now, I can't. I'm actually waiting for an officer. So I figured I'd come on and let my people know the officer's going to be here. Let's see who all comes on. We will wait. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for the thumbs up, Sandra. Good morning, ma'am. All right. So I can't do readings right now. I was coming on to let everybody know I can't. So I will stay with you guys as long as I can. I have an officer coming by. I hope you are okay. Yes, please, please pray for me. I had an officer, I called the officer, and they said since he lives in another state, she said since he lives, or the officer last night said that I needed to call down there, not call the ones here. I said, well, I called here because I live here. He said, but the person committing the crime actually lives in another state. So basically he told me I had to call down there. So I called down there. They said, no, since you're the one filing and making the report, you need to call your local police department. I said, okay. So they said I needed to call back and ask to speak to a supervisor. So I called, I asked to speak to a supervisor. She said, ma'am, that was the supervisor. So, she told me that she would send out another police officer. And anyway, I said, I have screenshots. I said, this person's coming on my YouTube. They won't leave me alone. They're under almost 20 different accounts. I'm tired of this person's energy. I can't do this anymore. This person, I'm not able to sleep because of this person. And I am so freaking drained at this point. And I told her, the lady I spoke to, karma is real, ma'am. Don't worry. People who do bad things is definitely going to get their bad karma. So check this out. I told her I have proof of this stalking, because when he was here, he had showed me a music app. When he went down there, and I had told him several times, leave me alone, and he won't leave me alone. I've expressed it several times. So I decided, I wanted to go on this music app and just upload this music app. I never told one person, anybody, I never told anybody that I had downloaded that app, or even that I created an account on there. He went as far as to find me on that damn, pardon my French, account, and contacted me and said, oh, so you go and get on the account that or that music app, and I showed you that music app. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me right now? I said, I haven't told anybody that I was on that account. I said, this is stalking. And I said, leave me alone. He's went as far to message my mom. He won't stop messaging my mom. So she said that she deleted, erased all his messages. She don't want to talk to him. She said that he's stressing her out. She's freaking handicapped in a wheelchair. And then he goes messaging my niece, who is 16 years old, to try to communicate with me. And she said that somebody had went through her password, tried to get onto her internet server, and she believes it was him. And I said, well, more. And she said that, you know, because family's not going to do that. Her boyfriend wouldn't do that because she asked her boyfriend. He said, no. He said, I don't even have that information. And the only one that could have done it was that freaking person. And on top of that, I buy these crystal balls. He went as far as to pretend to be my brother to that lady. And she said she's going to report him to the police station as well. So she said whenever I get ready and everything, she's going to go and she's going to file. So, yeah, I'm not the only one that knows about all of this crap and the only one tired. My family's tired, man. This person just will not stop. So I'm to the point now. The police officer that came out last night said that that's called a PFS, which is basically protection order from a stalker. Yeah, it's fucking, I'm sorry, excuse me, but I'm tired. I'm exhausted and drained, and I've begged and begged from the depths of my soul for him to leave me alone. He still won't continue. I didn't want it to go this far. I'm not the one that pushed it this far. He is, and now he's got to face the consequences because I'm not dealing with him anymore. Plus, or his energy. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm tired of it. So I told the police officer, look, he's got several YouTube accounts, and they said that they can shut them all down. So I praise God when they do, is all I got to say. They can shut them all down. And I said, look, I got proof because I screenshotted the face and his messages from Lisa R., who happened to be him. So yeah, I'm so drained right now. That guy is oh my God, you have intuition, Sandra. When my daughter first saw him, she says, Mom, that guy is creepy. And Sandra, you just said he's so creepy. Oh my gosh, you're just like my daughter. Next time my daughter says someone's creepy, I am staying clear from that individual because I'm telling you, I don't care if I've known him since I was a baby, I'm going to stay away from this person. Oh my gosh. Wow, Sandra. You said it's okay, ma'am. Don't be so sad. You are a strong lady. You can overcome this, and I'm sure you will. Yes, ma'am. Oh, I'm just so drained and so tired. Oh, gosh. It just makes me sick, you know. But yeah, I had to come on. I had to let my people know. And and by the way, so I looked on Google there because there's some hidden things that people can put into your phone to be able to stalk and control you. There's hidden apps, or what Google was saying is that sometimes what they do is they create these what are they? They're like group chat things or something. And when they create these like group chats, and they put them in your phone, and it said that basically the main person of that group, that's a way of stalking, being able to stalk, and they can gain access to your phone. I never knew any of that, right? So what I did is I went on there and I removed all of those. So I think all of my technical audio, these problems I've been having with my phone is him. Honestly, I bet I can guarantee you he was tapped into my phone. And I'll tell you why. And it's very, very freaking sneaky. And I'll tell you why. Because when I would make phone calls to my family, I would hear like noises in the background. I would hear people. I could hear movement and shit. And it was like a click, 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 click. And it says online that if you hear that click or people in the background, more than likely it's because somebody has put something in there to stalk you. So, yeah. Oh, they're going to get caught. This person's getting caught. This person's probably going to go to jail for a really long time. Hello there. Can I get... Oh. I have a police officer coming right now. I have to basically report this person for their stalking. So I was coming on to let you guys know this. I didn't want to leave you guys hanging, okay? So I did come on at least to tell you. I don't know exactly when the police officer is going to be here. So right now I'm just waiting for the police officer to arrive. So I don't want to be in the middle of you guys' reading and the police officer knock at the door. I am going to do you guys' readings today. That I'm not going to let this stop me, okay? This is a negativity. This is a negative person. But I'm not going to allow it to affect my channel like this. So, guys, I'm still going to do readings, okay? All right. Let's see. Mary Carr says, hello. Can I get a reading? It's fine, ma'am. Don't think about it. Your kids need you. Leave everything to God. I'm sure he will take care of that creepy... Oh, my gosh. Yes, thank you, Sandra. Yes, my daughter said he was creepy when she first saw him. Oh, my gosh. And out of nowhere, you say he's creepy. Wow. Well, M.A., reach out. Mary Carr, let's see, and love and support from India. Oh, wow, Mary Carr, you were from India. All best, ma'am. It's okay. We will wait for you. Yes, ma'am. I'm still going to do the readings, guys. Don't think I'm not. I'm still going to do them. I'll still be here for you guys. I just got to wait for this officer, get this done. I do know my kids have tutoring at 3. But it's still not going to stop me, okay? Even if I got to come on later. Was me, ma'am. I am from India. Oh, that's you. You from India. Oh, wait. Sandra. Yes, I knew you were from India. I thought that was Mary Carr because she had several messages up here. So I thought that was her. Okay, so that's you. You are from Yes, I knew you were from India. You and Shabeti are both from India. I did have other people that I have read for in the past. They were from India. I read for this one guy. He was from South Africa. I've had somebody from Canada, somebody from Australia, England. I've read for people in England. I'm just trying to remember all the places. Tucson, Arizona. I didn't ask everybody. They just came out and told me where they were from. Oh, and I read for, I think, like 2 or 3 ladies from New York. And I think I've read for at least, I don't remember how many, but from California. Might have been like maybe two people, maybe 2 or 3 from California. Something like that. I can't remember all of them. I know there was South Africa. Yeah, Canada. I'm trying to remember all of them. I feel like I'm missing some, but I just can't remember. Let's see. Papato was from Africa. Yeah, he's another one. You know, honestly, yeah, Papato was from Africa, but I had another individual, I don't know, it might have been like last year or something that I read for this person a lot, but this other person, and he was from South Africa. And then I had another individual who was from Africa. And then Papato was from Africa. So that's pretty cool. So I've read for quite a few people in Africa. I think I had like several individuals who were from here in the U.S. as well that I had read for. I've gotten people from like all over, but that is so cool. That's so cool. When you find out where everybody's from, it's like, oh my gosh, wow, that is so cool. Let's see. Yes, Papato was from Africa. I'm from United. Oh, yes, and you're from United Kingdom. British man, I forgot. Yes. That's probably because you're new to the channel, and that's probably why I couldn't remember. But I do know I've read for other people in England. Oh, you were from United Kingdom. That is so cool. I've always wanted to go there. Very beautiful, very beautiful. You are an angel from heaven, ma'am, for helping us. Oh, thank you, Sandra. I emailed you, by the way, too. Oh, okay. I'll have to go back and check your email. All right, so guys, today when the officer shows up, okay, this is how I'm gonna do this, okay, guys? When the officer shows up, I will have to end the live, okay? So I can show this pictures and stuff, all this stuff in my phone from this stalker. I'll have to show it to the officer, okay? So I will have to have my phone at that time. So what I'll have to do when the officer shows up is I'll have to end the live, but don't worry guys, okay? I'll come back on probably at a later time. My kids only get like, I think it's like maybe an hour or two with the tutor. It'll actually be 2 hours, okay? So that's not really enough time for my readings. My readings go for hours, guys. You guys know this. Sometimes 2, 3, 4 hours. Yeah, you know what? I might go ahead and come on at that time while they're in with the tutor. I might go ahead and do that. If not, guys, it'll probably have to be later. But I'll try to see if I can come on at least like as soon as they leave with the tutor, okay? You said British man, have a great day. I need to work, enjoy, always make time to be happy. Yes. Thank you, British man. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for coming on and staying here with me. And I'm just having to deal with all of this. It's so painful right now. Oh my Jesus. It's hard to actually sleep when your energy's being drained by negativity people. Oh, this person would come on and ask me for readings and then would be in basically in negative energy about the reading and would be upset about me because they got a negative reading and basically trying to correct the way I'm reading their reading and seeing what I'm seeing and trying to deny what I'm seeing and I'm being told by my spirit guides what to say and he's trying to correct me, the one that he asked for the reading in the first place. It's so irritating. It's just, and all, you know, that's why I have to keep expressing, look, when you get a negative reading, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes it is. Sometimes you are the Seven of Swords. You don't have to be that way forever. The only way to actually change that is change your energy level. Change your frequency. Change the way you think. Change the way you're negative when you think about certain individuals. Because it definitely shows in the cards, man. If you're negative, it's going to show in the cards. And I can't do anything about that. This person shouldn't be like that. Oh my. All right, I see Alicia. She says hi, hi there again. Yes, ma'am, again. So now it's to the point. I am waiting for an officer. The officer that I spoke to last night said that I can get a protection order from stalkers. So it's that bad, guys. Oh my. No, he can't take criticism. No. Oh, Kingdom Business says hi, hello. Alicia, you are correct. He cannot take criticism, that's for sure. Oh, man. And that's the thing. Whenever I was saying what I was seeing in the cards, he kept arguing, no, I'm not like that. I said, well, the cards ain't lying. I said, you came to me, you asked me for a reading, and now you want to basically take over the reading. I said, so it should be you here doing the reading, not me, apparently. And then, I basically had to get to the point where I'm telling them, look, God, if you really want to sit here and argue with me about the reading that you asked me for, you came to me to get this reading. Now you're arguing with me about the reading that you asked for. Go to another YouTube channel. You don't have to stay here. You don't have to be here. Don't come watch me. Go watch somebody else and get a reading from another YouTuber. You don't have to come to me. But he continues to stop. He continues to come on my channel. He continues to have several YouTube channels, and they're about to all be shut down because I told the police department about it. And he told me that I'm going to have to go up here and get a PFS now because his stupid ass won't leave me alone. Pardon my French, guys. I'm just so drained right now, and I'm waiting for this officer. Messing up my day when I come on every morning and get a reading. And I'll tell you guys something else. All these technical issues I've been having with my phone, I have noticed when I call family members, I hear a click, 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 and I hear people talking in the background. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And one day I even asked my mom, do you got people over there? She was like, no, it's just me. And I'm like, ain't that something? So I go to Google it. What the hell is this? And it says that it's somebody who is stalking you, basically, and has a connection, conversations, all. And on top of that, they also have certain group chat things that they've put on your phone. And the way to tell is that their name will be the first name in the group. So I went on there, I removed all of those. I also went through my apps too to block certain apps that I thought might be like suspicious or something, or might be something he might have put in my phone. So yeah. Which is funny because we're not having the problem today. So makes me wonder if he didn't have type of spy shit. People are crazy, man. I'm telling you, people are crazy. Oh, it's that negative energy. And as long as they continue to be like that, their whole life's going to fall apart. That's all I got to say, because that karma is God. Vengeance is mine, says the Lord, and it always comes back around. Oh, my. Okay, so Kingdom Business says hi. Hello, Kingdom Business. Alicia, nope, can't take criticism. Fashionista, hello. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to you. I can't do readings. I'm waiting for an officer because I got to do this PFS now. This person still won't leave me alone. Wow, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yes, Fashionista. Alicia says, that's weird. What a mess. Makes me feel drained. Yes. I'm so sorry. This person's so freaking negative that he's got to come and interrupt my readings with his negativity. Man, the officer said I can get a PFS because of this. See, he had showed me this like music app, right? He had went down there and I told him I didn't want to talk to him. I didn't want to see him. I want him to just leave me alone. I decided while I'm here by myself, and I went ahead and thought, you know what? I want that app. So I went ahead and I got the app. I started singing on the app, creating songs and stuff on this certain app. And because I thought it was a cool app, right? I hadn't told nobody. I didn't tell any from him, from him saying, oh, so I see that you got that app and you created an account on that app. You're singing on that app that I showed you, like a freaking 2-year-old. Are you kidding me? But I said, are you freaking kidding me right now? I haven't told anybody that I was on that app. Do you know how crazy, how psycho you sound right now? I said, this is stalking. Oh, it's crazy. It's so freaking crazy. He had cameras in my freaking apartment, right? And when I told him to leave me alone, I don't want anything to do with you. Just leave me alone. I just want to raise my babies. He kept pushing and pushing himself on me. And I kept saying no. And oh my God, and he wouldn't stop. And it got so freaking bad. Honestly, I'm going to tell you, okay, that um, even my daughter said creepy. I've asked him several times to leave me alone. He won't leave me alone. Oh, I'm telling you, it's crazy. And not just that app, okay? I have a lady I buy my crystal balls from. He went as far as to call that lady and tell her, hey, I was the brother that carried in that crystal ball. And I would like to actually buy that ball from you. And she was like, no, because I've already promised that to somebody else. Yeah, well, I was the brother that carried it in, and it should be okay that I buy it. And all kinds of stuff like this to this lady. And it's crazy because, see, I'm the one that, had found this lady. And he was trying to buy it out from under me. She immediately calls me. I told her exactly who he was, what all he's been doing, how he's been stalking me. And so she said, well, I'm blocking him. Yeah. She said, but she told him, no, I'm not like that. I'm not that kind of person. I can't do that. I promised that to her. And he made it sound like he was my brother and basically telling her it'd be okay. Go ahead, sell it to me. I'm her brother. And he freaking lied. Oh my, that's a deceiver. It's like the devil. This negative type devil energy. Man. And about them cameras, I'm going to tell you honestly what this person did. He went and screenshotted certain pictures in his that was in the camera. He went and I don't know, screenshotted, downloaded pictures from off the camera, which is very freaking creepy. And he posted them on his YouTube channel through with a music video. He created a music video with those pictures. He did this and he posted it on his YouTube on the day of the anniversary of my husband's death. And I told him, I said, you take those down right now. I said, I can sue you for that. And you have done this on the day of the anniversary of my husband's death. I will never forgive you for this. And I said, those pictures are illegal. You got them off of your camera. It was the camera system. Basically, it was surveillance freaking system, and got the pictures that way and uploaded them on his YouTube and created a music video that was what he used the song, You Ain't Nothing But a Liar. And I told him, look, I'm never going to forgive you for this. This is the anniversary of my husband's death. Oh, yeah, I'm just tired. I'm drained. I'm tired. I'm done. I'm so done with this type of energy. Fashionista says, wow, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yes, it is weird. He is a menace, Alicia. Fashionista says, oh no, I totally understand. Yes, ma'am. Just know, guys, I am going to be back on, okay? And I'm going to do y'all's reading. I apologize. I'm so sorry. I'm just worried about you guys. Oh, oh man. This is why I always tell people, be careful who you choose. You don't know. Sometimes you could end up with the deceiving devil. Oh, this is why I choose my babies. Most definitely. Yes, I choose my babies. Oh, so this police officer should be here soon. Oh, I'm just so tired, so drained. Yeah, the reason I said that I wouldn't be able to stay on when the officer gets here is because I got to be able to go in my phone and pull up all this freaking information, show this to the officer. Oh my. Oh boy. Alicia says, so sorry, dear. Thank you, Alicia. Oh, how can somebody be so awful? Oh, I have had, you know, other people that I had been with in the past. But when I told them to like leave me alone, I'm telling you, those people, they left me alone. They left me alone. They didn't bother me. That's just a different type of energy of people, man. I mean, these people really respected me. They left me alone. The only one who didn't, honestly, was my ex-husband. My ex-husband, I'm going to tell you guys, was really abusive. I won't get into all the details, but guys, I basically, with that man, I went through hell and back. I've got scars. I'll just tell you this much. I've got scars all over my head from that man. They hurt all the time, even after being gone this many years. Last time I was in the hospital, they told me I had a concussion. So I still had a concussion at that time. And more than likely, I still have the concussion. I'm probably going to have to just live with it. But yeah, that's just something I have to deal with from my past relationship. I did have, with my past, my ex-husband, I did have to get a protective order on him. And now because of him, I suffer and live every day of my life with a concussion. So there's different types of people in the world, and you just never know exactly how extreme their negativeness is until after, you know, you've been with them for a while. Then you start seeing their true colors. And sometimes it takes a while, sometimes it don't. Sometimes, you know, that negative person, you're going to see it immediately in them. But then others are just they're fake and they're deceivers, and they can hide that evilness very. Alicia says that sucks. The good people always seem to suffer the most. Yes, ma'am. They sure do. I got these scars, they're all over my head, and now I have to live every day of my life with a concussion from my ex-husband. But I won't go into details about everything about that man, because I'm telling you guys, it is like living every day in a nightmare. Yeah, that person, it was bad. It was bad. And to this day, I have that man blocked. Yep, and I did get a protective order on that my ex-husband. And the judge basically said that if he bothers me one more time, he said he doesn't care if it's 20, 100 years from now. If he bothers me one more time, he's gonna take that protective order and he's gonna bring it back, and it will be a lifetime protective order against him. So he's actually listened. He hasn't came back by. He hadn't been bothering me. He already knows if he comes around me that the judge is going to grant me a lifetime protection order from him. So, yeah. And you know what's crazy is I had 3 kids with that man. And, you know, it didn't matter if I was pregnant or not. He was abusive to me even when I was pregnant. And see, that's why, you know, I divorced that person, because it got really, really bad. I'm telling you guys, when I'm telling you that somebody can take your life, believe me, they can. It's that devil inside of certain people. Not everybody in the world's going to be like that. But yeah. What is the current stalker horoscope? I'm just curious. Pisces. Alicia, it's Pisces. Yes, ma'am. Pisces. All gets all fashionista says, I pray that all gets under control. You're definitely protected. Blessings. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, fashionista. Alicia says, what? No. Yes. This person's a Pisces. Oh, no, you said you're Pisces. But you know what? I'll tell you this, okay? You're a positive Pisces. Okay, so a Pisces in their negative energy is this person. Not you. You could be in your negative energy, but I'm telling you, lady, there's a difference between your energy and this person's energy, if that makes sense. So honestly, the opposite of a Pisces, the opposite zodiac of a Pisces is an Aries. Just saying. So I don't know, man. I don't know. And you know, I've met some Aries. They do get angry. They get mad. But some of them, they're not bad signs. Maybe he's just, I don't know, got a little bit of too much of both. I don't know, man. I think it's just him, honestly. I don't really think it has anything, you know, to do with his zodiac. I think it's just he was born with that negative energy. He chooses to be that way. We don't have to choose to live our life like that. And I think he's just made the choice that that's who he's going to be. So karma's coming. It's all right. Emmylou Pedron says, hello. Yesterday my reading was cut off. I'll go back. I will check. Okay, I have a lot going on right now. I'm waiting for a police officer. Licia says, yes, his shadow side has taken over. And that's the thing. He has certain accounts and certain things that he goes by as shadow. Boy, Alicia, you're spot on. Yes, he has certain different accounts and things where he uses the name shadow. I believe even his Cash App is Shadow. Oh, gosh. Oh, man. Emily Pedron. Yes, I remember you. I did your reading. Now, that video did upload, though. So it did upload. The video did cut off, lady. But guess what? I finished it. I was at the end of your reading. I came on and I did... I uploaded another live and I finished the end part of your reading. So that video where you're watching your reading and it cuts off, go to that very next uploaded video. You'll see the rest of your reading. Okay, Emily? Yes, yes, check. You're going to find it. I promise you. So the video you were watching to watch your reading, okay? That next video that was uploaded, it'll be at the very beginning part, okay? You'll find the rest of your reading. It is floating around out there. You said thanks. Yes, ma'am. So guys, yeah, when it cuts off like that and I didn't finish your reading, I always come back on, okay? Because you're going to get the rest of your reading, okay? Oh, boy. I don't know exactly when this officer's going to be here, but it should be soon now. Oh. This person is so draining. I've been having a headache lately that won't go away. It hurts so bad. Last night I was so drained. My niece wanted to go to the store, so we walked to the store. And on the way back, I was like, man, you might have to grab me. I feel like I am so tired, I'm probably going to faint. So I felt like, honestly, I was just going to pass out. I was going to drop right there on the pavement. And I think it's because of this negative energy is just draining. So I've been praying for you guys. Just keep praying for me. Oh man. You know, this makes it really hard to do what Jesus asked. And he's like, love your enemies as yourself. And then you have people like this that makes it so hard to love your enemies as you love yourself. Really? That is extremely, extremely hard. I'll tell you that much. Tell you what, there ain't anyone else in this world that was like that, man. That's for sure. To love your enemies as yourself. And you know, those who were killing him, they murdered him, they hung him on the cross. He still had love for all of those who took his life. And for us, it's extremely hard to love somebody who acts like how this stalker's acting, or certain types of energy when they're so low vibrational. It's really hard to, how can you be like Jesus like that and love your enemies as yourself? Oh, I tell you what, man, that takes a strong, strong person. When you have somebody who's attacking you, trying to kill you, trying to stalk you, people suffer from all kinds of stuff, or even the ones that have almost taken their life. There's been women who's been burned, set on fire from their husbands. And then, you know, you go back and think of what Jesus said, love your enemies as yourself. How? That is so hard. I'm just saying, so hard to be like that. Yeah, and we will still have to forgive them. Yes, Alicia. Oh my, yes, Alicia, you are right. Oh, and then I hear people say, I will forgive them, but I will forget. And I say, Jesus says, love your enemies as yourself. You're not to forget. You still got to remember. Yeah, when it comes to love, it'd be hard. I'm just saying. That's a trial in itself, is all I got to say. Because some of these enemies make it so hard to even love them as you would love yourself. Because we're good to ourselves. We love ourselves because we're positive. Man, that's almost like, see, our enemies. Love our enemies as ourselves. That clarifies the devil. That was the first enemy to ever be. The devil himself. So basically, love the devil as we love ourselves. Love those negative energies as we love ourselves. Man, that's hard. That's hard. It's hard to be like Jesus. I always tell people, you know, I'm not perfect, but I try to be. And when it comes to loving those enemies, yeah, I have forgiven them. But when it comes to that hard part, man, love your enemies as yourself. How deep does those enemies go? Those enemies have had tried to kill us, has done so many violent things to us. Mentally, physically, emotional, sexual abuse. And some of them are child pedophiles. So I mean, how it's just so hard to love your enemies as you would yourself, because some of those are just so evil of negative energies, if that makes sense. Or basically have the devil-like energy attachments to them. Man. But all I can say is I try, but they make it hard. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I try, but they make it hard. Oh, man. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you, guys. Thank you for those hearts. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. I needed that. Yes, I needed that. Thank you. Oh, beautiful. So, you know, I did call my mom and she was like, so you're getting a protective order because he's coming on your YouTube? I said, no, Mom. And she was like, well, he's coming on your YouTube, ain't he? And getting readings? And I was like, yeah. She said, so you're getting a protective order because of that? Just because he's coming on your YouTube and getting readings? I said, no. I said, look, I was fine with all of that. I couldn't handle his negative energy. But I still gave the man his freaking readings when he asked. I said, but that's not why I'm getting this protective order. And when I told her, she went, oh my God, wow. She said, yeah, he just won't stop, will he? I said, nope. Yeah, we trying to lift your energy up. Yes, thank you so much, Alicia. Ooh. Somebody's in there hacking. It's making me feel like I'm going to be sick because they're in there hacking. Oh, man. I know when I called, the lady from last night said that she was going to email this officer. She is a supervisor, the one that's coming out. So whenever I called today, the lady I spoke with said that this officer's got a lot of things to do right now, but she's either going to give me a call or she's coming by. So she'll either show up or she's going to end up calling me. So at that point, guys, I'll probably have to end the live. So just Bear with me, guys, okay? And pray for me. Send me prayers. I'll be praying for you guys too. And just know, guys, I'll be back on to do y'all's readings, okay? I'm not going to let this negative energy person stop or block me from giving y'all your readings, okay? Because that's what I'm here for. So just know I'll come back on. Yes, Alicia says yay. Yes, ma'am. The reason I even started this channel, honestly, is because, I was seeing that people were paying so much money for readings, right? So I started this channel basically to teach people how to read the cards, if that makes sense. And whenever I would start coming on, I would come on live so I could teach people how to read the cards. And immediately people were just drawn to my energy, drawn to my channel. And I had several people, will you do a reading for me? Will you do a reading for me? And I was like, well, honestly, I came on here to be a tarot teacher reader. Yes, I can read the cards. I can read for you. But I initially, came on to be a teacher so I could teach you guys how to do it. And they were like, no, 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 please read for us. So that's how this all started, is you guys, all of you guys chose me, what you needed most from me. And it wasn't just learning. It wasn't just learning, basically. It was more of, I need you. So I was like, okay, so every time I come on, you guys ask for readings. So, I said I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to do this, but I did know I wanted to come on and teach people how to read cards. And they're like, I need reading. And I was like, that's probably what I'm called to do. Is, yes, I'm learning and teaching and trying to teach you guys, but where I'm needed the most is a reader. And it could be because the way my spirit guides have led me to do certain things when it comes to reading. So, not gonna lie, the kind of in-depth readings you give is amazing. Other channels would never go that depth for free like you do. Hats off to you. Thank you, Alicia. Yes, I've had people tell me that, and they're like, wow, how do you do that? And I'm like, my readings can go for hours, and I have like several different ways I can read these cards. There's several different messages in the cards, and you have to just put the pieces together, and the collective knows which piece of that puzzle is theirs, basically. So, yeah, and my spirit guides have just been showing me all kinds of things when it comes to the cards. So, I've even discovered from my spirit guides, they show me how to read the whole deck of cards and find out what's missing in y'all's life. And I wouldn't even have time to even do all of that, not on live. But I can, honestly, guys, look, there's 78 cards here. And my spirit guides have showed me how to break these down for you guys. And like, you guys ask a question for relationship, business, whatever it is, and I can find out what's missing, what to do to fix it. What is the problem? I can fix it. Well, not I can't. And I alone know I am nothing without God. But the divine can fix it. You can get messages on how to fix it, whatever it is that's in your life. And honestly, it'll take the whole deck of cards, basically. So, Yeah, spirit guides, ancestors, yes, ma'am, and God the divine, yes. They have led me to that. And I was like, oh my God. And you know, I have never seen a reader do that before. And I know how to do that because I was shown that. So, man, yes, yes, Marikar, hope you are well. Alicia says, our spirit guides and ancestors. Yes, yes, ma'am. Marikar, you are a kind person. Thank you, guys. And yeah, just so you guys know, yes, if you guys ask a certain question and you want to know how to heal something, what you need to do to heal maybe your work area, or let's say your love life, or get the passion back in your life, or whatever it is, I can shuffle the deck, and then I can go through the whole deck, okay, and I piece them together, and then I can show you exactly what needs to be fixed. Yep. And how do I know that? You may ask, how do I know this? Okay, because I keep my cards in order. I keep my cards in order. The Bible, all of its pages is in order. And this right here is the 5 books of Moses. This is the Old Testament. They're meant to be kept in order before you do somebody's reading. You can't take this deck and read for the same multitude of people and expect expect that they all get their own reading. Why? Because if I take this deck and I read for 20 individuals, 20 people, that first person I read for, their energy's in the deck. I read for the next person, their energy's in the deck. Everybody they know, all their family, all their loved ones in the deck. The third person, everyone they know and love, and people who are negative in them, okay? And some of these people have negative energies. So we have negative, we got positive now. And then let's say the 16th, 17th, 18th, and now we're at the 20th person. And all of these people are getting everybody's energy. The only one that had the let's say it was in order at first, okay, from that first person, let's say we did a reading for the first person. That first person would be the only one that actually got the correct reading, intended for them, because it was in order. Because you can't rip out the pages in the Bible, mix it up, and do readings for people, because it's the same thing. The 5 books of Moses, right? The Old Testament, the scrolls, right? Here in the cards. So we're going to shuffle the words of the Bible, and we're going to do a reading on certain people to see what comes out. And then we don't put them back in order. The Bible's intended to be put in order. That's the difference. And you know who showed me that was my spirit guides. Oh my gosh, yes. My spirit guides. Fashionista, absolutely agree. Alicia, she spends so much time on us with the free readings. You can't find that anywhere else. May God bless her and reward her abundantly. Thank you so much, Fashionista. Thank you. You know, I don't do it for a reward. I don't do it for blessings. I just do it because I'm called to do it, honestly, because my spirit guides led me to do it. So that's why I do it. That's that deep calling to the deep, telling me where I'm meant to be, what I'm supposed to do. And I listen. I listen to it. Marikar, love and blessings. Love and blessings to you. Alicia says, yep, fashionista. That's what I admire, because she has a love for this. Other readers just in it for money and grab. Oh, that is so sad. Yeah, I have actually went to bed several times, and nobody really knew this, but went to bed crying so many times because I feel the energies of the people, and all they're wanting is a reading, and they just want a message. And then some of those people pay so much money for these readings. And it's sad. It's sad that they charge so much money for those readings. It's sad. And it makes me feel bad for all those people who are actually having to pay so much money just to get a simple reading. And it's not, sometimes it's not just a simple reading. To some of those people who do those readings, man, basically to them, it's a simple reading, basically. Honestly. But the one getting the reading, to them, they're the collective. It's not a simple reading. It's a heartfelt message, answers that they're seeking. And to them, it's powerful. It's something meaningful. And then some of those people just rush right through it, and you don't get to know everything. And it kind of makes you wonder when it comes to just how much they really know, or if they could even do it like that and actually make the reading go longer. And that's the thing. They probably, some of them, they may be able to do it, but some of them may not be able to. I guess it just depends on the reader, I guess. Maricard, that's why you're so gifted and blessed, for your kind heart. Spirits blesses you with the truth. Yes. They see that I'm not doing it for a negative type of way, that I'm doing it because I'm listening to my spirit guides. I'm listening to my ancestors, the divine. And I feel so bad for certain individuals, and they know it, and that's why they communicate with me. I totally agree with that. I do. Oh boy. Sir gets here. I do know my kids have tutoring today at 3, plus I'll have to go to the post office. I got a package I need to send off. So I'll have to be doing that too. Your channel will become big soon. Just watch. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you. You know, to me, honestly, what I care about is the people that come on and the people I read for. That's what I care about. And the people that, stay here, they watch, they listen, they communicate, and even those that subscribe. Okay, that, I'm gonna be honest, that's meaningful. That really means something. And no, it's not a big channel, and I'm okay with that. And if it were to go big, that's fine. I'd be okay with that too. All I know though is it's going to be really hard reading for like 20,000, 30,000 people. It's going to be hard because my readings go in depth. So, and I know the ones I have now, you guys who are sticking this out with me, I would be so worried if you guys wouldn't be able to come on, because there's so many people that would be watching. And what I'd be worrying about is, can I still read for my people? Will they be able to come on and see me? The ones that started with me, so yeah, you guys are going to be special to me because you guys are like my first subscribers. So yeah, you guys are here with me, so sticking it out, right? Through thick and thin, right? Ah, Lucia says, laugh out loud. Well, the engagement YouTube may start to pay you too. And Mary Carr says, we'll always support you regardless. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Which honestly, I really don't care about, them paying me and stuff like that. What I care about is just getting the message out there and being able to read for people, because it's something I really, really love to do. And I had mentioned too before, like, this is the five books of Moses. You could basically stand behind the podium basically and read for people, because that's what this is. You're basically having church. Honestly, you're basically meeting together one-on-one, because he said, where I am, you may be also, right? And where two or three are gathered, there he will be. So yeah, we could literally stand there and have church, because that's exactly what this is. It's healing too. It's healing. And it's going to show you, where if you are a negative person, it's going to show you what you need to work on. If you listen to that message when it comes out, and then you work on those certain things, you can literally fix what's wrong with you when it comes to that negativity. You can make it be different by acting different in life and being more positive, helping people, doing things. I put this out there. I try to help people. I try to tell them. And these people, certain ones, they just continue to live a negative life and be negative, and it's so sad. Let's see. Garfield Phillips says, hi, how are you today? I am good. How are you? I hope you're good. I am waiting for a police officer. The police officer will either be here or they're going to call me. Let's see. Mary Carr says, I'm really thankful I came across your channel, as your calling is to read for people. Mine was to come to you. Oh, wow. Blessings to you. Thank you, lady. That was my calling. People come to you come into your life for a reason. Yes, ma'am, they sure do. Garfield Phillips says, I'm good. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the hearts. That's so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for being here. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I have an amazing group of followers. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Oh, wow, this is amazing. You guys are awesome. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the hearts. Yes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, so tired. Garfield Phillips says, I'm good. Glad to hear you're good, Garfield. Yes, yes. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you, guys. Oh. So my babies went and stayed with Grandma and Grandpa for a couple nights. So they're good to go. They needed that time with Grandma and Grandpa. Then they wanted to come back home, and my mom and my dad was like, but we want you to stay longer. But we want to go home. So, yeah, they ended up keeping them like one more day. So they really needed that time. Boy, 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 boy. So tired. Oh, my. Matter of fact, I think the kids have, let's see, no, this is Monday. Okay, so that'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow they have karate. So I'll still be able to do a reading for you guys in the morning. And guys, just so you know, I'll try to come back on at 3. And if I'm unable to, just know I'll be on at a later time. But I will most definitely try to be on at 3. Oy. Hopefully this officer won't be too much longer. We'll be here for you. Thank you, Mary Carr. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for hanging in there with me. Thank God I'm not going through all of this alone. I couldn't leave you guys hanging like that. I had to come on. I had to explain to you guys what all's going on. And I didn't want you guys to think, oh no, she didn't come on and read, and not knowing what's going on, and didn't want you guys to worry. So I had to come on. I had to explain to you guys, just so you know what's going on. Just so you know I'm not just doing something else or not keeping a promise. Oh boy. Oh, I'm so tired. I feel like once all of this gets done, I'll probably be able to rest again. Maricar says, thank you. You are very welcome. Very, very welcome. Oh, I just wish this person would be a different person, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon. Man. You know, I know my ex-husband was bad, but this one comes really, really close to my ex-husband. That same type of energy. And human high can be added to like 7. Today, can I ask a timeline question? Ants human, okay? Make sure you come back around 3 o'clock. I'm going to try to come on at 3, okay? So I came on to let you guys know. I can't read right now, but I did come on anyway just to let you guys know what's going on. I have an officer coming because I have somebody who's stalking me who will not leave me alone. I asked this person several times to leave me alone. This person won't leave me alone, so now I'm waiting for an officer. My kids have tutoring at 3. So this is an ongoing battle, ongoing process. But just so you know, after the officer comes by, after I finish all of this, I will come on and I will read for you, okay? I apologize. I'm so sorry. I have to deal with this situation because this person won't leave me alone. This person continues to stalk me even after I've asked several times to please leave me alone. They will not. And now it's gotten really, really bad with this stalking issue. Let's see. How did you know you were gifted? Is what Mary Carr says. Ants human, sure, right. My question, it's 11:45 p. am here tonight. When will I get to go on? Okay, okay. Ants human. I can't do the reading right now. I'm waiting for a police officer. Okay, you can come back on at 3. It's 11 where you are. Okay, so what would that be? 12, 1, 2. You come back on at 2, 2. Stalker will get the judgment of police. You be safe, sweetheart. Yes, thank you, thank you. All right, so, oh, no, Mary Carr, no need to apologize. Your safety is much more important. Thank you, Mary Carr. How did I know I was gifted? I didn't really know what I was, and I had never been told what I was, so I really didn't know until an officer, which I have an officer coming, but yes, an officer was the first person who told me what I was, and it was after I had ended up. I've went over my videos here explaining, um, and how I found out about it is a 12-year-old boy that had his energy entered in me. The boy was deceased. He was dead, but his spirit kept telling me to go dig, and go plant my grapes by the fence. The spot I started digging, I actually felt like I was a kid again, and I was getting excited. I thought I found all of these toys. I said, oh look, a train, a little toy train. Oh, I found a little toy car. Look at this. Oh my gosh, I found this. And I thought I was finding toys, and I was happy. I was excited, happy. You know, I thought I was finding all of these toys. Honestly, it was and it's really, really sad, okay? It was the 12-year-old boy being happy that his bones were being discovered, being found. So the last piece that I had pulled out, he had ended up leaving, but I could still feel his presence there. And I looked down in my hand, with me being now an adult, right, and back in my mind, and I looked down in my hand and I was like, oh my God, this is a bone. I just dug up bones. Oh my God, this is a human bones. This is a human bones. I ended up calling, and the police department laughed at me because it was on Halloween night that I had dug those bones up. So they thought it was a Halloween prank. An officer came out and he said that's the 12-year-old boy that they had been looking for several years. They couldn't find the little boy. They suspected the stepdad had killed him, chopped him up, and buried his body. But they couldn't find the little boy's body. He said, and in one day, you come. He said, why were you digging over there? I said, I kept, feeling like, that I'm being told I need to plant my grapes over there. Something kept telling me. He said, it's probably the spirit of the little boy. He said, you know what we never could find? I was like, well, what's that? He says, we never found the murder weapons. And I said, I can show you where those are. And he said, the little boy, he showed you where they were? I said, yeah, I can show you where they are. He says, no. He says, you know what? He says, just put them back. He said, and say a prayer over that spot, and maybe put a marker or something there as a memory for that little boy. He said, at least somebody had found him. At least he got found. And basically, whenever I went out to his car with him, he said, has anyone ever told you what you are? And I said, no. I said, oh my gosh, is there something wrong with me? Is this wrong? Am I bad? What's wrong with me? Because I always thought, there's something wrong with me. Why am I feeling that? And he tells me that I was a clairvoyant. I'm a medium. And that he said, what you can do, we as officers cannot do. We come to you guys to get help from y'all so we can solve crimes. Sometimes we can't find the bodies. Sometimes we can't find missing people. So we come to you guys, and sometimes we pay you guys to help us. Um, so that's when he told me what I was. And he said the reason he couldn't really do anything about me finding that 12-year-old boy's body is because he would have to tag me for murder. He said, even though it happened before, he says, how old are you? And I told him how old I was. He said, there is no way in hell you could have possibly killed that little boy. He said, because that had happened before I was born, basically, considering how old I was. It happened before I was born. So he said that being that in itself is proof. He said, but he would still have to mark me, tag me basically as a suspect because I'm the one that dug the body up. And my hands were on the bones. So, and he said, so next time, something like that happens, do not touch those bones. So my husband, my ex-husband, wanted me to go out into the woods. And then I get a spirit of a female lady, and she tells me to go dig. So, and I kept telling him, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Spirits, they talk to me. They want to tell me things. They want me to dig them up. I can't do that. I cannot go in them woods, I'm telling you. And he basically made me go. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll go. And I was like, go get me some bags. Go get me some bags. So he runs, he gets me some trash bags. I put them over my hands. I start digging where this female spirit's telling me to dig. I ended up digging up her bones, her bones. And then she has me to go jump in this dumpster. And I'm like, no, I'm not getting in the dumpster. And she kept telling me, get in there. There's something important I need you to find. So I ended up calling the police. So what was in the dumpster was big, huge boxes and order forms for big, huge boxes, enough to hold dead bodies. Several missing people that have been missing. Their cell phones, a big, huge box of their cell phones were in the dumpster. Their names, these were tracker notes from the killer himself. He lived out of state, and he would drive there to dump the bodies. He would bury them, basically. It was in this Pathfinder. And the officer that came out was the same officer that told me what I was. So there was like a newbie guy saying, yeah, this is fake. This ain't real, blah, blah, blah. So the officer that had came out before that told me what I was, dealing with the 12-year-old boy, he says, I told you you're not supposed to touch them bones. And I told him, I said, I didn't. He said, what'd you do? I said, I used trash bags. He said, smart girl. Because, I listened to him and I remembered. And he says, well, I can't tag you, but I got to tag somebody. And my ex-husband, I told him, I said, he made me come up here. I kept telling him I didn't want to. And I said, but if you got to tag me, officer, I understand. So anyway, they took into evidence everything that was found in the dumpsters. And I said, and by the way, I said, she also showed me something else. He says, what? I said, a whole bunch of shallow graves. There was about 200 or over 200 shallow graves. And I showed him where all of them were. And he says, well, we got a forensic guy here. And the forensic guy says, that bone right there, hold it up. And I held up that bone, and he says, that's a woman's femur bone. So he said, judging by the shape, size, the coloration, everything, as a forensic, he said that had to have been a woman from the age of 13 to 14 years old. And it was a woman's femur bone. He said those are definitely human remains. Like, yeah, they're bones. They took all of those as well. And I think they waited 10 years before they even posted that they found. And they said that they found over 200 something remains, shallow graves. And what the off and see, that's the thing. They never even said that I did. Well, I can understand. They can't really say that I found them, because then I would have to be tagged as a murder suspect because I found them, basically. So, yeah, basically they waited 10 years and then they posted about finding the remains. But that's crazy. That is crazy. So when the officers had left, what's crazy is they got my ex-husband before they left. They got my ex-husband in the police car, and he was in there for God knows how long. And finally he gets out, and then he started cussing at me, calling me all kinds of names. And I was like, look, this ain't my fault. You made me go in them woods. And then he was like, well, they just got done tagging me for murder. And I went, oh my God. Oh my God. So it was creepy. They ended up, and they knew he was abusive to me, and that I don't know if that was why, or if it's just because they had to tag somebody. And honestly, I really didn't want to go in there. He made me go into them darn woods, and I kept saying, I can't. He didn't believe, how powerful, that gift was. And I guess, because spirits didn't talk to him like that, so he probably thought I was crazy. I don't know. Didn't believe me, wanted me to go in the woods, and guess what? There goes another body dug up, and all them shallow graves. And the officer is the one that told me, and I said, how does this happen? Why? And he was like, well, honestly, if a body isn't buried at least 6 feet in the ground, when it starts to rain, and the more it rains, that body's going to wash up. And when it washes up, it becomes a shallow grave. And I couldn't wrap my head as to, around as to how somebody could go that low to take someone's life. I couldn't do it. And I would sit there, by those graves, and I would just cry, just because their life was taken from them. It was so sad. And I know one day I laid flowers down on the graves, and at least giving them something back, but oh man. But that ain't when all of that had started. It actually started, I had other things that were happening way before that, but all of it started when I was 5 years old. I was 5 when everything started happening. I was 5. But yeah. Aunt Human says stalker will get the judgment of police. Yes, thank you. Be safe. Sure, sweetie, says Aunt Human. Maricar, what an incredible way to find out you're gifted. Oh my, it's not a way I wanted to find out though. That was not even subtle or a gradual way to find out you're gifted. No, it wasn't. It was like, bam, here you go, right? Oh, you said, my goodness, Mary Carr. Yes, my goodness. Yes. And see, I didn't even know what I was. And it all started when I was 5. And I could see spirits. I had, at 5 years old, a spirit told me to go dig in a wall because he left something behind. Our house was built on Indian territory, Indian grounds. And one of the workers that worked on the house, this was back in the 1800s now. Our house was built in the 1800s, okay? And it was of brick. And back then, it was like the most expensive house in that town during the 1800s. So this spirit of the man who was working on the house, he had a tool that had fell out of his pocket. This is what he told me. He lost it. It fell out of his pocket. And he said, will you help me find it? I said, I will help you if I can find it. I said, where is it? And he said, it's in the wall. So my my grandpa, my dad, everybody was working on that house. And for 3 days, this spirit kept talking to me, communicating with me. Please go get my tool. Go get my tool. I dropped it. I dropped it, please. And then one day, I was like, okay, where's it at? He said, if you don't go and get it now, they're going to close the wall up. So that day, there was a big, huge hole in the wall, right? And that day, my grandpa and my dad was talking about closing the wall up, closing that hole up in the wall. And he said, if you don't go in there and get it, he said, it'll be gone forever. So, which is crazy because that house ended up getting burnt down. But anyway, he said, put your hand in there and I'll tell you where it's at. So I went over to the left. He said, no, it's not there. So I went to the right. He said, it's not there. Go in the middle. So I went in the middle. He said, do you feel that? I said, yeah. He said, okay, you feel that, I think it was like a 2x4. He says, go down and you'll feel the level. Okay, so I went down and the leveled out 2x4 was here. So they were like this side, not the right side of it. So I had put my hand, my fingers to it. I could feel it. He says, now go to the left. He said, then go down on that flat board. So when I went down, he said, that's it. Now grab it. And I went like this and I pulled it back. And when I did, it was a box cutter knife made in the 1800s. And the 1800s was the same year our house was built, which was very crazy. This was a real old one because it had like 4 holes here, four holes here. When you turn it over, it was 4 holes here, 4 holes here. It was really heavy. They don't even make them like this anymore. And I think it was made of, what was that? Brass. I think it was a brass box cutter knife, something like this. It was either brass or I think it was brass. I'm pretty sure it was a brass box cutter knife. They don't even make them like that anymore. It was in the 1800s, and that's crazy. And what's crazy about it is this on the inside of it, okay, because it had screws here, screws here, screws here. On the other side, it had screws here, screws here, screws here. So one on the front, one on the back, one on the front, one on the back, one on the front, one on the back. So, and it was on both sides, right? And you could take those screws out on in the inside was several blades, okay, of extra knives. Isn't that something? They don't even make them like that no more. But yeah. Then he told me I needed to give it to one of the guys in the house. So he told me go try. He said, whoever talks to you, that's who's meant to have my knife. So I was trying to get my grandpa's attention, and he wouldn't listen to me. And so the spirit tells me, go talk to your dad. He will listen. I said, Daddy. And then he looked down. Yes, I yours. And I gave it to him because he listened to me. I did what I said. Whoever listens to you, whoever hears you, that's who my knife is meant for. And so my grandpa was like, well, why didn't you give it to me, half pint? And I was like, 'cause, Papa, you didn't hear me. The spirit said, whoever hears me. He said, spirit? What spirit? The spirit that told me to go and dig in the wall. Dad said, you dug this out of that wall? I said, the spirit told me to for 3 days to go dig that out of the wall. My dad and grandpa went over there, and my grandpa was like, she sure the hell did dig that out the wall, didn't she? It was so funny. My dad said, wow. So it was all dusty and stuff because it had came from inside the wall with all that. It looked like sand or something up in that wall. There was no sheetrock, no nothing, because the house had no insulation in it. So that's why they were remodeling. Because back then in the 1800s, and where we were living, when they built the homes, that home in the 1800s, it had no insulation in the house. So it was always cold. None of the walls had any installation. So they had to remodel the whole inside of that house, basically. They had to redo the plumbing and the floor, all of that. Everything had to be redone, even the wiring, everything. But yeah. Mary Carr says, "Oh my gosh, your story's intense. It would make a great book. I love hearing people's life stories." Yes, thank you, Mary Carr. Alicia says, "Laugh out loud." Yes. And you know, that's the thing. When they come, they're always like, "Can you find this? Can you find that?" And I cannot go to graveyards because they will all follow me home. They'll want me to do this. They'll want me to do that. And yeah, sometimes it's to leave a message with their loved ones, or it's sometimes if I go out and it's like the woods and somebody's been buried there, the spirit is gonna get me to dig and I will find bones. And it's crazy because I'll go right over to the spot where I'm being led to go, and there will be a body there. I know one time I remember I went out to this farm or something, and I started digging. I don't even know why I was digging, but I was digging. And I think I had dug up like certain pieces of bones, but it happened. I think it was somebody in my family, and it was happened when I was younger. I just can't remember who it was that told me, but they told me, "That's a deer. Go put that back. That's a dead deer." So I had dug up some bones of a dead deer. But man, I know another time I had dug in the ground and I dug up this big, huge, it looked like a rhino's horn, but it was like deep, deep, deep in the ground, and something kept telling me, "Go deeper, go deeper, go deeper." And by the time I got done and I showed it to my grandma, she was like, "That looks like a rhino's horn. How the hell did it get here?" So I don't know. I've had crazy, crazy, crazy experiences, man. Crazy things happen. Some people, they get metal detectors, they find things, and then I have, spirits that tell me, "Go over here, go dig this, go dig that." And you never know what you're going to find when they're telling you to dig. Whoo! Mary Carr says, "Thank you for sharing your story. I hope when you are ready to read for us again. I would love to see if my husband, who passed away last year, if he has any messages for me." Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My husband passed away in 2018, May 5th, 2018. And he passed away 2 months before our daughter was born. She was born July the 4th, and he was born at the end of July, July 22nd. So, yeah. But, yeah. I said July 22nd. July 21st. I don't know why I said the second. His birthday is July 21st. Maybe somebody's birthday is July 22nd. Who knows? But May 5th, or I said May 5th. Now I'm saying May 5th, the day he died. Oh, Lord help me. Yeah, July 21st, that's his birthday. And her birthday is July 4th, which before she was born, I remember I read up on something that said when there is two cancers that are family or something like this, there can't be two cancers because one must go, one will leave. And and one would have to stay. There would have to be like a rebirth or something like this is what I read up on. And I had read that before he passed away. And like 2 months before she was born, he died, which is totally crazy because I had just got done reading that when there's two cancers, one must go in order for the other one to live. But I don't know. And guess what? They're both a cancer. I'm so sorry to hear that. You're an incredible woman. I hope you know that. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And that's the thing. Ever since I was little, you know, even when it came to getting spankings or you could get on trouble, I was one of the kids or children, you know, you could ask, did you do that? And I would be like, yeah. I never would lie. I always told the truth. I didn't care if it meant I was going to get a spanking. I would take that spanking, but I would never lie. I always told the truth. And if I did something and I did something wrong and they would ask me, I would say, yep, I did that. And you know, my dad was like, how do you spank a child like that when the child doesn't lie to you? He says, I can't spank no child like that. She told the truth. He was like, tell him, you know, my mom and other adults, I heard him talking to them, and he was like, you know, you go to most kids and you ask them, hey, did you do that? And they're like, no. So you're, okay, I have to spank you because you told a lie. He said, now how do I go and spank that child when the child says, yes, I did that and told the truth? He said, you're going to spank them for telling the truth? He said, I can't do that. So I never got spankings because I always told the truth. So I never got spankings. And I was one of those kids that tried not to get in trouble. I always tried to do the right thing and I always told the truth. And not saying I'm perfect because I wasn't, but that's just how I was. I'm so sorry. Yes, thank you, Mary Carr. Oh boy. Oh. Thank you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys for helping me through all of this. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the live. I'm still going to wait for the police officer to show up. She might end up showing up or she might call me. But I'm going to go ahead and end the live so I can go ahead, get my kids in the bath and get everything done that needs to be done before the tutor gets here. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the live so I can get my kids in the bath. I know the tutor will be here at 3, so I'm going to try to get some stuff done before the officer gets here. The officer should be here or going to call me, so I'm going to give the kiddos a bath and still wait for this officer. And just know, guys, I'm going to be back on, so you'll still be able to get a reading from me. But I'm going to go ahead and end the live just so, you know, I can get my kids in the bath, get some things done before the tutor gets here. When they head off to tutor, okay, I'm going to try to go ahead and come on at 3, okay? So I'll get them in the bath and try to get some stuff done. And guys, just know I'll be back on, okay? I love you guys. I'm going to go ahead and end the live, all right? So pray for me, guys, as I pray for you, and pray everything works out, everything gets better. And pray that the judge will grant this PFS, yes, this protection from stalker order. So just pray that the judge will grant me this, and that way I can get some peace and rest from this individual. Mary Carr says, okay, thank you. Hope you rest up and see you soon. I don't know how much rest I'll get. I probably won't get any. But at least I can get them in the bath, get some stuff done, and still wait for this police officer, and be able to give her all the information. Mary Carr says, blessings, 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 love, 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 love. So blessings, 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 blessings to you. And love, 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 love. And guys, I will see you. I will see you at 3, okay? So just know, though, okay, if I can't be on at 3, I will show up today, okay? Even if it's later, okay? But I will show up, I promise you guys. I just have a lot going on right now. So I do love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.